So this is a pretty incredible video. This is 2 years in the making, and you can see here all of our clients, the real people, real faces, real names. And there's a lot of lessons that we've learned serving them. You know, we've got one of our first live events coming up in February. We're going to meet in person, nice steak dinner on me, on the company, to just get to know one another. And the beautiful thing about the model that I'm in is that all I have to do to really change somebody's life is just give them the right perspective and show them what actions to take in their business. And so that's what I've done for the past 2 years or so. And of that $10 million, I'd say, you know, there's 10 or 15 clients that have taken up over 50% of it. And then there's, you know, the rest of them take the rest. And that's just like with any, you know, like any economy, you know, there's going to be the 1% of the 1%. They're going to take up a bulk, and then it's going to, you know, even out from there. So I just want to share with you in this video some of the key lessons that I've learned helping these people achieve these things. And seeing them grow, a lot of them from scratch to a multiple seven-figure level, you know, one of which sold over $5 million the past year of their program, which is incredible. And I just want to share with you, you know, all the things that I've learned having gotten these results for our clients and exactly what we've done for them. The only two things that we really needed to do for them in order to help them build their business. So let's get right into it. I'm here on my computer. I'm going to give you guys some visuals, and it's going to be a very powerful video today. So before we dive in, I want to address one thing. You might be this beginner right here who, you know, is just getting started. You're like sub $10,000 a month. And if that's you and you're saying, okay, Trey, how does this video apply to me? Well, what I've found is that what works on a small scale also works on a large scale as well. The same principles that got me from $0 to $10,000 a month are the same principles that got me from 10 to 100 and 100 to 200, and same for our clients. And so whatever works on a small scale often is just repeated at a large scale to build a bigger business. A lot of people think it's different, like the sales call is different or the offer is different, but a lot of the time it's actually very similar. It's just more of the same things. Okay, so if you are a beginner and you're looking at this video and saying there's no way that this can actually be helpful for me, I want to challenge that thinking and show you that actually this could be an incredibly insightful video for you, because I'm breaking down exactly what has worked for all of our top clients. And even if you just do 10 or 15% of, you know, these things, and you take 10 or 15% the level of action that they took, then you're going to get 10 or 15% of the results. Okay, so let's get right into it. As I said, the only two things. First is as such. Consistent meeting flow, or CMF is what I call it instead of our programs, okay? And CMF is basically knowing exactly what sources of traffic you're bringing into your business, whether it's LinkedIn or it's Facebook ads or it's Facebook organic or it's YouTube or it's YouTube ads or it's, you know, being on podcasts, whatever it is. It's having a consistent flow of traffic from different platforms, and we actually show people how to adjust their messaging, which means what they see on these platforms, how to know their numbers based on these platforms, how to actually predict where they're going to arrive a year from now based on the growth of these platforms, how to pick a platform, what sort of content to put out, how to put out content that actually turns into calls. We coach on pretty much any platform because we teach the basics, but number one, as I said, is consistent meeting flow. So this is identifying 1, 2, 3 reasonably consistent traffic sources that then get sent to a basic page where people opt in and they book a call. Very, very simple. This is an extremely simple model where, you know, you can take traffic, like say here from YouTube, funnel it down where they maybe watch a short video and then they book a call, or even they message you on a platform and they book a call from there. So consistent meeting flow is about filling up the calendar consistently every single day. Our clients that are doing, you know, $200,000 a month and more inside of our programs, they've gotten there because we've helped them get to from anywhere from 4 to 8 sales calls a day, if not consistently more. So the whole goal of the consulting business model is having as many sales opportunities possible at any given moment, okay? So there's almost like 2 points within consistent meeting flow. There's A, traffic, but then there's B, something that I call platform. So having traffic is just having cold eyes that turn into sales opportunities. But a platform is actually having a relationship with the people that own these eyes, right, for lack of a better term, so that then eventually they can come down and work with you in the future. So we'll have a lot of people, you know, they'll watch our content, say, for 6 months, and then eventually they'll convert into a sale literally 6 months after watching our, this happens all the time. People from YouTube, people from Instagram, whatever. And they'll be like, yo, Trey, I followed you for forever. I'm excited to be in your program, on and on. And then, it'll be like literally a year into watching our content, they'll finally roll through. So it's really two things. It's having a traffic source and building relationships with that traffic source in the form of content, whether it's podcast, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, literally doesn't matter. Facebook groups are a powerful one to do, but there's really two sorts of, I guess you can call it seeds that you would need to plant in order to have consistent meeting flow. That is, again, traffic and platform. Traffic is new eyes. Platform is building a relationship with those eyes, okay? And that's in the form of content, and adding value to their life or their business through that content, okay? And then as you develop that relationship, very openly pushing them to schedule a consult directly with you or your company. And this is where, for example, I'll talk about our client Doug and Haley Johnson. They did $100,000 in their first 30 days working with us, because we moved them from, selling low ticket, like a $300 program, to selling over the phone. We helped them fill up their calendar. Haley had a little bit of an online audience, like a Facebook group, like 2,000 people. And boom, they were off to the races. They did extremely well. Another example is our client, David Mormon. David did $50,000 his first 30 days, okay? And this is because he didn't focus enough on taking sales call volume. He thought he had to just naturally let the clients drip in. A lot of people are afraid to be forward about their offers. They're afraid to make good one-time offers. They're afraid to be bold on the phone. And we helped him do that ethically without hurting his client experience. He did 50K his first 30 days. With one of our clients, TJ, he literally went a year without any results. And then within 2 months, he got to about $120,000 a year, which is amazing. And this is all just by establishing consistent meeting flow. That is the number one secret that we establish for our clients, is building them their platform, getting them to deepen their relationships with their platform by adding value to their clients through their content, or telling their personal journey and stories that their clients connect with them. We had another client, and I'll show this on the screen here. Maybe Robert can put this up. Our client Ali here, he had over 500,000 people see one of his LinkedIn posts that we coached him on writing up inside of our programs. And that led to over 50 sales opportunities that are lining up for him in January. He went from $10,000 to $15,000 a month to now he's upwards of $60,000 a month in his business. So he did a huge jump just because he decided to identify, okay, A, what's my traffic source going to be? He picked a LinkedIn. And then B, how do I build my relationship with my audience? Because he had a bit of an audience on that platform, but he didn't have a relationship with them. So he decided to tell his story and deepen that relationship by explaining who he was and why he did what he did as a business model, okay? Your story does not have to do with your offer. It can be completely separate. People love Elon Musk because of his come-up story, but it's not electric cars were the reason why he got to where he is, right? People think that their story has to relate right back to their offer, but a lot of the time, people just like the person, and because they like the person, they want to buy the thing, right? It doesn't have to be oh, I overcame my porn addiction, therefore I do porn addiction coaching. And I want people to understand that. So that's the first thing, consistent meeting flow. It's having a traffic source, building a relationship with that traffic source, and having clear call to actions on how to move forward with you. Super, super, super simple, okay? B is as follows. So I would say B is an outcome-based offer. Outcome-based offer, okay? And an outcome-based offer, a lot of the time when you're getting into any business, you think about, what am I going to sell? And the problem with that question of what am I going to sell, it doesn't actually honor why people buy things. Instead of asking, what am I going to sell, you should instead ask, where am I trying to get my client? Because, let's say you have a $10,000 Facebook ads program. A lot of people won't pay 10 grand to learn Facebook ads. They'll say, oh, I can just get on YouTube and learn it myself. And that's the reality. That's why selling information doesn't always work. But if instead of saying for 10 grand you can learn Facebook ads, if you said, instead of Facebook ads, you were to say, I will add at least $500,000 a year to your business, and add that to your bottom line by helping you learn Facebook ads. This is now an outcome-driven offer, okay? And just like for our programs, Consulting Blueprint and Scaling Blueprint. Consulting Blueprint, we get you to multiple 6 figures a year in your business. Scaling Blueprint, we get you to 7 figures or more, multiple 7 figures even in your business by helping you build up your team, ratchet up your systems, increase your traffic, deepen your relationships, better your call to actions, build a better offer, all these things, right? So we get Scaling Blueprint, Consulting Blueprint. They are both outcome driven. If you're trying to get to 7 figures, you book a call with us. Well, we're probably going to talk about scaling blueprint, because if you want to get to 7 figures, that's what's going to happen. If you want to get to 6 figures, you're just getting started, we're probably going to talk about consulting blueprint, because it's more that speed, right? So an outcome-based offer is saying, where does my client want to arrive? And then what steps are between their point A and their point B? Very, 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 very simple, okay? So an example of this, I'll actually bring up one of our clients. I believe his name is, let me look it up real quick. Just looked it up. I remembered his name. His name is Lucas. And you can actually check out his interview in the link in the description if you want to see. This is a real guy. Before working with us, he charged $700 a month for his services. Okay, $700 a month for his service. He didn't know how to position it. He wasn't outcome-based. He's actually a digital marketing agency that decided to work with us. We have people who are health coaches, marriage coaches. We have people who are life coaches. We have people who are agencies, service people. We even have some SaaS companies. But consulting for me, the consulting business model is just selling solutions to problems, whether it's business or personal, in the form of expertise or services. Okay, that's really what it is. And he was charging $700 a month, and he decided to invest with us. He paid full price, got started in our programs, and he actually had a $15,000 week, I believe is what it was, because he raised his prices, simply enough. And how did he raise his prices? Well, he raised his prices because he was no longer selling his deliverables, his list of deliverables. He actually scrapped that and decided to sell an outcome. Where does his client want to arrive? What's their point B? And he realized that people weren't investing into Facebook ads. They were investing into growing their business. And so on his sales calls, on his sales pages, on his content, on his, on the way he talked about himself, he moved from being a service person to an outcome person. Moved from being, hey, here's everything that I do, to here's where we've gotten our clients, and here's what you could do as well if you invest with us. And you can see me doing this even in this video right now. I'm talking about the outcomes of our clients. I'm talking about here's what they've gotten after they invested with us. I'm telling stories of clients that have done these things. And you can probably feel a little bit of a pull. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see if the video works, okay? So I want you to understand that building a 10 million, having helped our clients sell $10 million of services is as simple as consistent meeting flow and selling outcome-based offers. So let me dig a little bit deeper into outcome-based offers, and I'll talk about a little bit more here and a little more proof of my pudding. So when I say point A, point B, I mean where the client is now and where they want to be. And then asking, what steps are in between these things. So another example, super interesting niche, one of my clients, Tyler, he actually sells a coaching program for $3,000 that helps screenwriters sell their screenplays. And I said, okay, how can we solve this problem for people? Well, step A is to help them learn how to write screenplays that actually could potentially sell. So what makes this screenplay sellable? So he actually looked at a bunch of screenplays that have sold, gathered all the data, and started coaching on how to create sellable screenplays. B is having the right network. So Tyler actually allows you to enter into his network of 20 to 30 potential buyers. Of course, that doesn't scale super well, but it does scale to, about 7 figures a year in sales for him. So a network of buyers. That's the next thing. C is, thinking like an entrepreneur, because a lot of screenwriters are actually quite artistic in their thinking. They don't see their art form as a business model. So he has to get people to really think like business people. So we identified a book. He has his clients read a book called Real Artists Don't Starve. It's actually a book I read back when I was a photographer and moved into, sort of a more businessy field. It's a great book for artists to read on these topics. D is negotiations, learning how to negotiate, how to value your screenplay, and on and on and on. And he coaches on each of these problems and provides clear solutions so that his clients can move from point A to point B. So you do not sell information. You have to understand that you do not sell information, you sell transformation. You sell moving from one place to another place. And if you can create a system that consistently brings people from here to here, people will throw money at you. It is absurd. And I've experienced it myself. Like today is a $20,000 day in my business. Tomorrow might be another $20,000 day. I have no idea. It very well could be. And we're going to continue to help people get to their goals because we have an outcome-based offer. So if you're thinking about working with us, really what we do is we help you master these two things. It is quite simple. We help you get consistent meeting flow, and we help you build an outcome-based offer. How do you solve problems for people creatively? This is where, we do about 50% of the work of showing you exactly what you need to do. Your job is to creatively solve your clients' problems. Because unless you're creatively solving your clients' problems, then our entire system won't work. Okay, so you need to figure out where they are now, where they desire to be, and kind of pinpoint the timeline between the two. What problems could you potentially solve for these people? And then is that either going to be a training, so like a piece of content, like a course? It's going to be B, like a deliverable, like is it something you're going to do for them? Is it C, going to be like a software you plug in? Is it going to be a book you have them read? How are you going to implement this solution into their business or their life? And that's as simple as it's been. So generating $10 million for our clients has been as simple as focusing on these two things. So I hope this has been a valuable video for you. I hope you don't feel like I skimmed over this stuff too much, but to be honest, it is simple. It is genuinely that simple in that, by solving people's problems and saying, hey, what is 10 grand if I can get you to here? That's when the sale becomes extremely easy. What is 5 grand if I can get you to here? With our programs, we have a higher success rate in terms of money made per investment than Harvard University. Right? We have an incredible success rate for our programs. We've only sold probably over 400 copies. Our current copy, the consulting blueprint copy, it's 220 people currently in the program. The scaling blueprint's 20 people, I think. It's 1 out of 10. And so, we don't have a lot of people, but we have as much revenue generated as we have. It's because we focus on the outcome. We focus on what are our clients' problems, how do we get them to that end. So hopefully this has been a valuable video for you. I know it's a little bit maybe theoretical and not quite so actionable, but I want you to understand, these are the 2 lessons that I've learned having generated this much for our clients. It really is a simple process, and you guys know, you followed me for long enough, my favorite idea in my business: simplicity scales. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Once again, if you are on the fence about booking a call with us, or you're not sure if you're ready, book it anyway. The worst thing that can happen is we tell you you're not ready for this, or you're not the right fit for us. But if you are the right fit for us, we're going to get you started, and we're going to show you how you can scale your business. We've gotten a lot of results for our clients, and if for any reason you're just honestly, I told one guy this recently. I said, look, come skeptical. Come onto this call asking hard questions. We're ready for them. We're ready for the hard questions because we know what we're doing. We know how to get you results in your business, okay? So that being said, thanks you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. You got 2 options. You can book a call using the pinned comment down below, or you can watch our entire free training using the link in the description, either of which will work, okay? Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.